Alrighty, what is up, everyone? Nice little evening stream here. Just wanted to do some of the flight simulator with the hurricane going on. I like doing a little bit of flyovers and fly-throughs of the hurricanes. So I just wanted to check these things out. Usually, what we do is somewhere in this area. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. Yeah, this one right here, Lakeland Linder, I guess, regional, is usually where the National Weather Service flies out of. But that'd probably be about a 2-hour flight to even get down to the location. Currently, I have it set to 12 noon UTC. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly out of Vilo Acuna down here, and actually fly pretty much directly into the eye of the storm at this time. I'm just using this as a route set, so that way when I go in, I can actually set the autopilot to kind of fly us in this general direction. But we're pretty much going to like fly over it. Probably not going to go in for any kind of landing, just because of how crazy it is. We honestly can try that later. But yeah, we'll take off from here. We'll be a little bit windy. But we'll loop back around. We're gonna use the Textron Cessna Citation CJ4. It's pretty much the closest thing I could find to the National Weather Service's Gulfstream G4 plane that they use for hurricane chasing. They use this one for the high altitude view. Since it is a turbine, they actually fly over the hurricane. So we'll try to do that. As for the one that usually goes into the thick of it, straight through the eye of it, I couldn't find one that was very close to it. I could have done that, but it would have definitely taken significantly longer. So this will be about an 1.5-hour flight to actually get over top of the eye. We'll try to calculate it as much as we can. We'll be above the cloud, so we'll be able to kind of get an idea of where the eye of the storm is, and then I'll see if I can do a little bit of a dive into it. But as of right now, this is the current flight plan. Just kind of chilling here right now, and we'll get started here in a few minutes. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here and take care of a quick thing. Took a lot less time than I thought. Again, just to recap, for those of you that might just be joining, instead of flying out of the traditional location of the National Weather Service, because that would take too long, we're going to fly out of Vilo Acuna and fly over. And where we currently have it at, normally, is about the eye of the storm. So I'm just using that as a kind of guide point. That way we can set that for our navigation, and we'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and hop in. Currently we are set to noon UTC, and that'd be 8 o'clock this morning about if you're on the East Coast time. Just because right now it's nighttime, you can't really see too much. So wanted to fly into the day, have a little bit of a morning sunrise. And we'll be flying the Citation CJ4, which is about the closest thing that we can get to the National Weather Service's Gulfstream G4. Let's go ahead and log in here. It'll take a little bit. Took me a little bit to set up all of the controls again because I have not actually gotten in Flight Simulator in about a year. Flight Simulator pretty much only really play when there's these things going on. Because I really like flying through hurricanes. So we'll see if the controls actually save from earlier when I was messing with it.
168. QNH 1007 departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30.
Let me just do a quick check here on
Cleared for takeoff runway 30. Cessna 168.
Here. Just need to make sure that my my chat box was popping up. Did the automatic taxi feature here. We'll go ahead and get ready for flight here. Alright, parking brake. We'll get off. Nope. Nope, looks like the controls did not save, right? So let me... There we go. Let's get this back on the runway here. My rudder pedals are kind of weird because I use racing pedals, so they're not quite designed for doing this, but that's okay. I see I still have the assist on, so that's fine. Go ahead and do that.
Cessna 168. Continue for west departure.
Going a little bit high here, but that's okay.
168, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Definitely is not liking me lifting up this quick, but that's fine. Looks like we're having a throttle warning. There we go. It's giving a little bit too much throttle there coming out of the went out of the takeoff. That's completely fine though.
Cessna 168.
We'll survive.
Acknowledge last transmission.
I did not set anything to acknowledge transmission, so he's going to be bothering me for a minute. Yeah, went a little bit too hot into that takeoff, but you know what? That's fine. Okay, let's do that.
Cessna
And lift this up
168.
slightly.
Did you hear my last transmission?
Yes, I did. Let me see if I can, I don't actually use this, this aircraft too often, so I need to figure out which these controls they are. Let's bring that back down. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need it. Also, hello, Walker. I hope you had a fantastic day.
Did you copy?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just She is not liking this. Hey, you know what? I know exactly. When you get you a tactical vest with motion seat to bounce you around for the turbulence, yeah, for sure. Is this like the actual Mateo? I'm curious. What do you mean? Also, welcome in, Mello. No, so one of the things I want to do is actually get the motion simulator on this thing. Would be quite fun. Weather, I assume. But yeah, it should be synced to the real world. Yeah. So right now right now we're actually running this to be with yeah, it was noon UTC, so it's about 8 a.m. so Eastern time, I believe, is what this time zone is. So this was this morning is how we're flying right now, just because right now, obviously being nighttime, I've set it back a little bit so that way we could actually see something. Hey Mello, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're just doing a little bit of a chill little flight here. I'm not too familiar with this plane, so it's gonna be a little bit different. I usually like doing bush planes, so this is a lot more high tech than what I'm used to. But this is about the closest thing that you can have to the Gulfstream G4, which is what the National Weather Service uses in the U.S. It's the Cessna CJ4. But this plane's main goal is to actually fly over the hurricane, while they have I believe a P3 by Lockheed, a very heavily modified one, that flies through the middle of it, but that would have been significantly slower, and I don't have one that's really a good comparison to it. And I thought this one would be a little bit more fun because you can get some very nice views out of it. For instance, you can do something like this. So, quite a nice view from up here. Still not quite at our cruising altitude, but still a good view. I didn't turn off the assist, so you can still see those little blue lines down there. Zoom in a little bit so that way we can see things. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to do. When Hurricane Milton came through last year, I did about the same thing, but I did it with an F-16, so that was actually kind of fun. No, I do not fly in real life. The only thing I had was a small discovery flight, which was a great time. It was fun, but this one here is definitely out of my price range. Yes, once. No, I did not fly in a hurricane. I meant just in general, a plane I've only flown once. No, if I flew in a hurricane, I probably would not have gone well. We'll just say that. In this kind of situation, maybe I could have if I really needed to. But yeah, we're just tracing along here. Still climbing a little bit. I actually do not know what the oh yeah, in the game I do this almost every year. In the game I almost anytime there's a major hurricane, I will most likely go through and do this. But yes, in the game you definitely can. So this is a live view of what it was like this morning. So you can see it just kind of spinning around here, but we're going straight towards the hurricane. It looks pretty clear right now just because we haven't even gotten to the Jamaica, where Jamaica is. Yes, the control definitely does. You can definitely feel the turbulence very significantly once it gets to that point. Okay, well, we have this going here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick. Oop. Do that. And let's see. It says, hello, welcome back. Yeah, sorry. I know that the ads are annoying, but one, it supports me, and two, Twitch requires me to have them. But we're going to look up the CJ4 right now. Need to look up what the cruising altitude is on this thing. $30,000 feet. So yeah, we're still climbing. I was pretty sure it was about that time, or about that point. I just wanted to make sure before we actually get to it. Then we can go ahead and start mellowing out here. Yeah, we're a bit of a ways up, you know. Zoom in and out here. So we can see off to the left and right. Not too much going on. No, you don't have to do you don't have to fly this high to really see it. You can definitely fly lower. For instance, one of the things I did last time, which I didn't stream, but when Hurricane Milton came through, I actually took a F-16 fighter jet and flew underneath the hurricane, which was a very neat experience. From being this high up, though, it gives you a better view of how everything looks, I guess you can say, because it gives you a broader range of it. Hey, Great Scott, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're doing fantabulous today. I'm just checking a few things here real quick. There we go. That's all I was looking for. Because one thing is that this game takes significantly more resources than the usual games that I play, so I just wanted to make sure that everything was actually looking right. Also, just going to controls here. And I realize this is significantly louder, so let's bring this down. So we don't need to hear the engine noise so much. There we go. Do about like that. Oh, it's not so loud. It's just the resources that this game requires. Yes. It was blasting in my ears. So what you guys were hearing, I was also hearing as well, but in my headphones. Which I probably should have done it in-game instead. I'm actually going to do that real quick. We'll do a quick pause. I'm going to go in here and adjust the audio settings in the game. Master volume. We'll bring that down to about 50%, then bring up my OBS. That way I don't have to constantly change it back and forth depending on what game I'm playing. Okay, I believe that's where it was. I'll do a quick check here once I log back in. No, I think it was at 15. we'll do... Yeah, we'll do 15 there. And then from here, go back in the game. Sorry, I've never played this game on stream, so I just need to dial in this, dial in these settings. I think 30% will probably be a good spot to leave it. Nope, looks like a little bit lower. Let's do 20. 20%, there we go. That should be fine. Much better, much better. Cool. Back in it. So, again, we're just flying over. You can kind of see it up here, up at the top. In this area where it's kind of starting to get a little bit more dense. Again, it'll probably be about 30-ish minutes before we can really see the hurricane itself. You can already see my my plane kind of doing a little bit of a wiggle there. Let's go ahead and lower my nose trim a little bit so that way it's not so high up. We're currently sitting at 35,000 feet. I'm just going to let it dive a little bit. Yes, 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 I know. Take off the throttle a little bit. Yep, we are sitting at 35.4. You can see it there at the bottom of the screen. 35.2. 35.1. So you can see we went up quite a little bit. Just currently reaching that maximum throttle point. And we'll do this so that you can see a little bit more. So you can see that right there. That's our altimeter. That's going to be where we're sitting at in height. It's a little bit higher than what we want, but that's okay. But yeah, we're just kind of cruising right now. That's the whole point. Is this just wanted to be a nice little chill stream, not really doing too much. Just kind of cruising on over to our beautiful woman Mellisa. Of course, seeing how crazy it's gotten just in the past 24 hours is terrifying. I hope all the people don't hit any weather balloons. I'll try not to. But I hope the people of Jamaica do all right through all of this. Do a little bit of a slight roll here. They'll also reduce our altitude slightly. That's fine. So you can see we're currently flying through a patch of clouds here. We have some higher clouds above us. Let's do this external view. You can see the small little clouds below us and then the nice little blanket above us here. Sun peeking through the clouds. And it's crazy to think, like, you know, you see all this and it's just very calm and surreal. Calm and serene is what the best way to put it. But as soon as we get over into closer to the eye, it'll definitely be a little bit more chaotic. Yeah, so it looks like the current flight path is probably going to be about another 30 minutes before we really get into the thick of it. It's still nice and relaxing so far. You're working on the invite UI now for the app and realizing quickly that I've opened yet another can of worms. Phil, buddy, you open a lot of can of worms. Like you have so many cans of worms that you would be a professional fisher. You can start your own bait shop. Mm-hmm. All right. Dude, I have been loving Marcus the Worm. Like fell down that rabbit hole not too long ago. Was I the one that sent you that stuff, or was that you? I can't even remember. But just the, like, zoom in, like, I don't like this. Well, what's wrong with it? It's pissing me off. South Carolina is gone. Where are we going? New Orleans. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and pull up our flight planner here. I forgot that this was a thing. See where we are at. This is our current location, and there's Jamaica. So yeah, we'll be flying about right in this area, and this is about where the eye is, I believe. Let's see if we can do map settings and satellites. Nope. Can't remember how to pull up the weather forecast on here either. No, there it is. Dirt. Weather. Radar. Looks like it's not quite loading everything in, but that's fine. Let's go here. Yeah, I guess I can't pull up everything here. Navigation, airports, do obstacles. Okay. Should be all fine. Pull that back up. Close that. So yeah, for some reason, I guess it's just not quite loading all of the weather data in here. So here's a little bit about our aircraft. I didn't even realize that this had in here. Information. Max altitude is 45,000 feet. So we could even get up even higher. I say, why don't we go ahead and do that? I'll move this off to the side over here so that way I can still keep an eye on it. And, yeah. Oop, there we go. But yeah, we'll see if we can get up, over this cloud blanket here. Let's do a nice little 10-degree climb here. I just want to do this before we really get into the real bad turbulence, because we're still a little bit further out from the current clouds. Looks like I'm currently getting into a little bit of a airspace that's I'm not supposed to be in, but that's fine. Who's gonna stop me? This is all a video game. I think if we get up to about 40,000 feet, we should be able to be over this cloud blanket. Which will contribute to our view of the hurricane. And of course, max altitude is going to be the one where I can just barely get to. So this might even be a struggle even to get over these clouds, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it. We're currently at max throttle, barely holding 200, and about a 5-degree climb. I'm so used to playing a game where I need my feet on the pedals that I leave my feet there, and I'm like, I don't need to do that for this. We're just chilling tonight. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get over these high altitude clouds, but that's fine. That still gives us a good height up here. I'm gonna go ahead and start leveling off. Where are we currently at? I don't know why my zoom's not working anymore, but that's fine. There we go. I think it was because I was zoomed in on the tablet. So we're at 3,800 or 38,000 feet. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just bring our nose down a little bit. I'd rather be a little bit higher up right now than I would lower. That way we don't get too much into the thick of this hurricane. As you can see here, more of the satellite has started filling in, so you can see we are still not even in the actual storm. As cloudy as it is, We're still here. But we'll be over Jamaica in not too long, and then we'll be into the part. We're starting the outskirts of the storm. It was kind of hard to tell because based off of the map that was in the airport selection screen, it's hard to tell exactly where the hurricane started and where it ended. So kind of started out a little bit more on the edge of it and just kind of flying in. So I've been flying for about 45 minutes at this point. I didn't even start my timer because I didn't think about pulling out my flight planner. That's okay. Okay, let's start leveling off here. I'm gonna start stop climbing so much. That way we can still actually see things going on. Go ahead and start throttling back a little bit. It's giving us a little bit of a warning. I'll put this off to the side over here. That way we can still kind of see it. Go ahead and pull that up. We can still see this a little bit. Not too much though, but gives us an idea. We'll do that. I think that looks a little bit better. So I'm kind of letting this drop a little bit because of how dense the clouds are around here. Because I do want to see what things look like. Okay, start bringing it back up on my nose. Should start being into more of the storm now. Cruising speed is 451 knots. It's not at all what we were doing, but that's fine. Give it a little bit more juice here. You can see where it's starting to get a little bit more foggy, and it's most likely just rain over there. Yep, starting to get a little bit more turbulence going. You can see the actual plane starting to rock a little bit. And it looks like it's just we're just flying through a white screen at this point. but we're still going. I am slightly curious as to what happens if we go ahead and pull up a little bit. So we'll do max power again, aiming up. Do about a 10-degree climb, see if we can keep that going. Let's see if we can get up to, let's see if we can get up to 45,000 feet. See if we can really push this plane. It's going to be tough because we're obviously going through the clouds right now. But at least a little bit of a climb is still a climb, you know, even if it's currently we're sitting at 5 degrees. Definitely getting a little bit more turbulence up here. I can see the plane kind of rocking back and forth a little bit. I'm hoping that we can be able to break the clouds because that would be really nice. Another problem too is that we our fuel is a little bit low. Not low, but it's 30% right now. I think we might actually break the clouds just slightly. We're currently at 40,000, so we still have about 5,000 that we can climb up. Hey there, Arctic Wolf. How are you doing today? Yeah, it looks like we did break that that high altitude there. See if we can get up to that 4,000 or 4,500. 45,000, geez. That's what I was trying to do. Saw a video on Reddit of them breaking through the clouds into the eye. It was so epic. Yeah, that was what kind of inspired me. You sent me the link on Discord. Well, I appreciate that. Oh yeah. I'm glad you're doing all right. Hope you had a good day today. Yeah, it was a pretty good morning this morning when I got my stream going. Obviously this is a little bit different than Star Citizen, but still fun, Wow, it looks really weird up here, I gotta say. We're gonna see if we can get right up to that 45,000. Our airspeed's definitely dropping real quick because I can't, lot less to work with up here in terms of air. What we were doing a little bit lower was, about 200. We're currently going 160. It's fun. Gonna have to get back into it now and get my PC running better. So yeah, it's definitely a fun thing. Okay, we are currently just about meeting our max altitude here. We are currently sitting at 44,000. You can see us up here. We are currently well above the clouds. But lot less turbulent up here. Definitely say that. But the thing is that we are currently we have the throttle maxed out at this point and still slightly falling. We'll see what we can do, though. I believe we should be able to get into our into the heart of the storm here. So I believe this right here is the eye. I could be wrong, but we'll aim for down here. So let's go ahead and do a slight little pitch over this way. Not pitch, roll over this way. Don't need to pitch anything else. Because we are currently at our max altitude. Let's go ahead and start lowering a little bit too. We go off course here, and I'm sure that my flight path is going to be screaming at me. Yep, currently running well, not live weather per se. It was live weather as of about 8 o'clock this morning Eastern time. The only reason being is that obviously with it being nighttime right now, you can't see too much. And I wanted to kind of let that be of just let's see what the weather looks like here. See if we can mark a point here. Actually, let's do direct to here. Where is... Flight director, CDI, okay, vertical speed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, nav mode's there, so... There's the comms, nav, engine generator. Definitely do not want to hit that right now. Okay. Where do we go? Upper menu. Nope. Lower menu. Where is the... Sometimes it's so hard to read this stuff because it's so far away. Nav data. Oh, there we go. Now I see it. Oh boy, we're sitting at 47,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get down a little bit, but regardless, we have our flight updated here via our flight log. Go ahead and rotate this way. Yes, yes, yes. Well, don't you worry. I'm lowering my throttle. We're good. see. But see, that's the thing. We're high enough up, we won't even feel that. Just kidding. As everything starts rocking on the ship. On the ship. The plane. I've been playing Star Citizen too much. I keep calling everything a ship. The plane. But yeah, you can see like just how crazy it is up here. Oh, look at us leaving some chemtrails behind us. Okay, I say once we get a little bit closer, I'll probably dive through the clouds maybe. What do you think? Should I dive through the clouds or should I stay up here until we get to the eye? And then after we get to the eye, I'll do a little bit of a turn and kind of spiral down, or how does everyone think that I should do it? Should I pop through the clouds at the eye, or should I come in from the top and then dive down in? We're currently flying over Jamaica, by the way, the very tip of it. How's the volumetric cloud settings? Currently I have it set to high end. I do not have ultra, so it is pretty decent. And do the dive. Okay, we'll do the dive once we get in over there. I'd say probably another 10-ish minutes or so. That's one thing that I love about this game is the fact that everything's so realistic on time. So like a actual 6-hour flight will be 6 hours in this game. But of course I don't have any of the autopilot features set up right now. Of course I can use the actual buttons on here. But I was like, what fun is that? I'm not going to turn on autopilot and just let it sit there while you guys just not see anything. Still gonna manually control everything. The only thing I have currently is just the trim settings. Just do slight adjustments. But you can see the plane does not like flying here. Must be quite a bumpy ride. All right, can we please fly straight a little bit? We're still keeping airspeed. It's just that it's being quite a wobbly woo here. Some minor turbulence, it'll be fine. Yes, we're just like rocking back and forth. Lean with it, rock with it, everybody drop with it. We're still holding altitude fine and speed relatively fine. I really need to actually get into Flight Simulator more though. I have not I haven't done too much with it in a while. Good Lord. Yeah, this thing is feeling real feeling real fun, to say the least. Yep. I was getting in DCS for a bit, but need a co-pilot. Yeah. Yeah, no, DCS is definitely one of those that it's definitely better when you have a group of people to play with. My favorite thing was the let's give this a little bit more juice here. I was always a Super Hornet flyer, F-18. It's not the most beautiful ship, but man, it can do everything. And then when they came out with the Apache, I started learning how to use that. And yeah, flying a helicopter is a very interesting feeling. Yeah. AH-64. Which is funny because like it's pretty neat because I live by a military base, so a lot of those planes like I can sit in DCS and be like, okay, cool. This is how it's how it works. And then from there, I go outside on a random Tuesday and then there's one of them flying over me. Loud as hell, but it's cool. Okay, I'm not 100% sure here. I believe when we come up on the eye, these clouds that we're currently in should also split open. So I'm going to fly up a little bit. I'm going to fly back up to our maximum altitude that we can get to. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of a dive in. Because we are currently just outside of the eye here. I've worked around them for a bit. Yeah, they are very loud. We have the real loud ones are the shoot, what are they called? Globemasters. Those planes when they fly over, good Lord, my whole house shakes. UH-60s. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with like the actual names. I just know the generic name of, you know, Apache, Globemaster, whatever it is. Hey, Captain Sasshole. Also, I love that name. It's going pretty well. We're about to get to the center of the into the eye. Oh yeah, the Chinook helicopters. Those ones are those ones we also have a ton of that come through. So you can see, I think about right in here is where it kind of dips off. Getting ready to land in Houston. Oh, very nice. Hope you're there for fun and not work. Houston is quite a nice place. Been there once. Didn't spend long enough there, but it was still cool. Okay, so yeah, you can see right below us. Why is this not rotating? Whatever, we'll just do this. Ah, nah, just in the sim. Gotcha. So yes, it is for fun. So So yeah, it looks like we are currently over the eye. So we'll go ahead and hop back in here. And we'll do our very fun maneuver. Very nice. XP is also a great game. Doing a bit of a dive here into the eye from these higher clouds. Incorrect high altitude meter setting. Well, co-pilot, we don't need to worry about that right now. This is currently the Cessna CJ4. It was the closest thing to the NOAA's, the National Weather Service's Gulfstream 4, the G4. So I just went ahead and took this because it was the closest thing that I could find to it. This is what the National Weather Service uses for high altitude surveillance of aircraft or of the hurricanes. Let's try not to blow up this engine. Yep. What are you currently flying right now? Flying into Houston. Okay, very nice, very nice. B-737 is always a great one to fly. I'm more of a bushcraft pilot when it comes to this kind of stuff, so this is new territory for me. I don't really fly these fancy beasts. I basically have my my rudder completely locked right now, just trying to scrub as much speed as I can while I do this little bit of a dive. No, he is, the other guy is currently on Discord, so you should be able to see him at the bottom of the screen. I'm hoping so. Go back over. Yeah, you should be able to see him at the bottom to the left of me, over here. Doot. Over there. Yeah, you won't stand a chance if yeah, if I was in my little cub craft, I would be I wouldn't have even made it this far. I would have run out of gas is what would have happened. Let's go ahead and look over here. Yeah, looks like this was the eye itself. It's not as spectacular as what the real life one came out to be, coming through the clouds like that. But still is pretty cool in the game. Let's go ahead and do this external view here. Go ahead and close our flight log here. Get some nice cinematic turns. It's crazy to see how insane these things can be. Hurricanes are just so crazy, man. Terrifying. Okay, we are currently down to about 25,000 feet in elevation, just doing these slow rolls here. Honestly, I've been liking 2024. I know a lot of people didn't like it as much as the 2020 model because they said it was too arcade-like. But in all honesty, the one big thing that I like about it is that it doesn't take up so much dang room on my drive. Because good lord, 2020 was massive. It was like 200 gigabytes that I had with all the different mods that I had. And that's still low for a lot of people. I know some people that were higher than that. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that back up. See where we're at. We'll go back over here. Yeah, you have only the 2020, but you want the 2024. It is the thing that I like about 2024 is the fact that everything is streamed in. So whenever you see stuff, it's not always something that's loaded onto your PC. So also it gives you more access to being able to update it. So things become updated a lot quicker because it's always streamed in rather than being loaded, having to load updates and stuff. Now that looks cool. Oh, dang, I just literally saw a lightning bolt down there. I completely switched the screen right when I saw the shock. There's one. I didn't even realize that they had lightning bolts in this one. I've just never seen one. Oop, wrong way, wrong way. Oop. It's so hard to like figure out which way I need to roll and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 190 gigabytes. So yeah, that's even more than what I had. So they've definitely added updates. Definitely added updates since. Okay, we'll do that. It's crazy to think that this is like the heart of the storm. And it all just swirls around this one location. It's so crazy seeing the lightning bolts. I've literally never seen lightning bolts in this game, so that's amazing. Just flying around, just seeing them flash underneath you, streak across the sky. Oh, you had 190 open. Gotcha. That makes sense then. Okay, I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm gonna go. Yeah, simulations are definitely not small. Some of my racing simulators are also quite large. But I'm gonna pause this real quick. I need to run to the bathroom. All right, I am back. And welcome in, Mannix. Yeah, you didn't know that I was a pilot in real life? That's what I do. I've flown a plane once, and yeah, I crash landed it. It was fine. Everyone got out alive. I ran, I assume, like really quickly away. So that way I couldn't be liable for anything. Yeah, and that's how I became a pilot. Ad break starting now, so I'm just gonna give it a minute until we get back into this. But yeah. Bloop. I'll do that again. All I'm doing right now is just trying to fly through, or actually not trying to, but obviously you can see I'm in the middle of the eye of the storm. Let me double check here. Yep. Okay. All good. All right. Oop. Let's keep this a little bit straight there. But yeah, just kind of chilling, vibing a little bit. Took us about an hour and a half. No, it was about an hour. I think we've been flying around here for a little bit. To get into the eye of the storm. So it was a nice little thing. Just chill, talk to chat. You can see here, looking real nice. And it's crazy to think that, this thing is causing so much damage right now and has the potential to just cause so much destruction, but here we are. barely having any kind of turbulence or anything through the middle of this. And as soon as I say that, we start getting turbulence. Nature is so beautiful and so destructive. But we'll go ahead and do a little bit of a dive back down. And get on down below the clouds. I think that'll be a cool one to do. We'll get below the clouds, do a little bit of a underneath the storm. Could potentially just fall out of the sky, but we'll see how this goes. Jester ruined his rig. Oh no. I saw something from him. I saw a Discord ping from him. I just didn't look at it yet. Is it like, was it a hardware thing or a software thing, or like what? How did he ruin it? I probably can just go ahead and look at it later, but since you're already here, it is devastating. He destroyed his side monitors. Oh my gosh. That's catastrophic. At least, honestly, I don't know which monitors he had, but for mine, for instance, out of all the stuff that's on here, the monitors are the cheapest part. I mean, other than like the keyboard and the mouse, obviously, but like I'm saying, like out of the hardware, yeah, I would say the monitors are the cheapest. So I'm hoping he has the same situation and that it's an easy fix and that next paycheck he can get a new one, but that's a no bueno. Okay, let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and straighten up here. Oop. Did not mean to jerk down that much, but that's fine. Ooh, you can see some lightning up in the front. Direct to, there we go. So we'll do that, and then we will go ahead and close that. And let's look out a little bit. Starting to hear a little bit of the rain on the window. It's crazy how calm it still is over here. So let me double check this real quick. That's not where I'm trying to go. I don't know why that's... Oh boy. I need to go this way. Do that. Okay, we'll just do this. But yeah, now we're flying through the storm. The worst parts of it. Still falling out of the sky. But you can see those little way markers ahead of us, and that should be where we need to go. The waypoint markers. Ooh, look at that. You want to actually do this one day? Like actually fly through a storm? Or you're just saying to like fly on a simulator? Oh, that's gonna be a screenshot there. I'm gonna have to go back and get that for the YouTube. Actually go through a storm. Yeah, I mean, you could. I'd be terrified. Like, I love plane rides, but when it gets really turbulent, it's creepy, man. Similar about how, like, Mike always talks about his plane rides where he said, like, he dropped out of the sky randomly, which I'm not worried about that. I've had that happen, and it definitely is something that's very terrifying, but it doesn't keep me from flying. Let's go ahead and do that. Look at that. We'll see if we can get to our flight plan here. Get back on trajectory. Yes. I know that. I know that I'm getting over speed here. Out of curiosity, I wonder if nope, can't see him from here. It's fine. We'll hop back in. I'm just trying to get back on my original flight path. Race Course Airport. That sounds interesting off that little blip right over off to the side here. That's what it was called, and I'm like, that sounds pretty cool. We'll see if I can do a successful landing. Oh wait, actually, hold up. That's not going to be a successful landing because I just remembered I do not have my brakes bound. So that would be a fun situation. Let's go here. Not parking brakes. Brakes, there we go. That's digital. So there's left brake and right brake axis. I wonder if there's just a... Can I do them both? Yeah, I can. Cool. We'll do that. That way we can actually stop the plane. That would be quite fun if we got there and then just plowed straight down the runway. So all I'm doing is just kind of flying a little bit straight to get back on that pink line there. And then use that to navigate ourselves back, because that'll also put us in the flight pattern we need to do to actually come in for a landing. We currently have 16% fuel left. It's not too terrible. It'll be just enough for us to get in, land comfortably, and not have any kind of issues, but definitely is a bit cloudy out here, if I do say so myself. Yeah. Wasn't paying attention. Scrub off some speed here. Don't want my engines to blow up or anything. There we go. Came in a little bit too hot there. That's fine, that's fine. I believe it's that that point off. That one single point off to the side there is going to be where we need to go in, I believe. Now the other thing too is it's going to be real hard to see that runway. I'm trying to go up. Don't you worry. Stop turning me. Stop it. I can't control the plane. Stop it. Okay, now I see my little markers up there where I need to go. Mr. Storm, I do not like your attitude. Or sorry, Mrs. Storm. So since I still have the assist on, we'll just go ahead and take this in from the... Ooh, Lord, I cannot control this thing. Try to take it in through the these little points that they have pre-made for us. Yeah. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. She is real struggling right now. That's all I gotta say. It's a good thing I don't have any passengers on here, at least I don't think. You can't even see anything. Steady. All right. Well, we'll get back in on this line. We'll be good to go. Go ahead and start. Can't really slow down or anything, but I guess I could pull out my my flaps or my landing gear to kind of slow us down a little bit more. Jesus Christ, man. I'm like giving it like full power off to the left and it's still trying to turn me to right. It's a bit windy out here. Can't see anything. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We got this. It's kind of funny. It sounds like the radiation sound from the ASD facility. The rain hitting the windshield a little bit. Dude, I literally have my yaw completely left and I'm literally flying sideways right now. We'll get over there. At least now we just need to follow this path and we'll be good to go. I thought I had this turned off, but that's okay. Well, I'll take the easy way out. Okay, now I can see the ground again. Right? That's pretty much what I was going to use, but I mean, it's cleared up finally. I haven't done the VFR landings in a long time, so that would have been entertaining as hell. Looks like randomly it just cleared up. Is this yeah, it looks like this is a little bit of a green zone. Looks like there's a little bit of an orange coming in at the right at the airport, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be able to come in for a decent landing. Also, I suck at landing in this game. I haven't played this game in ages at this point. It's been several months. So, we'll see how this goes. Because in those several months, I have also landed an actual plane in real life. Kind of. I shouldn't say kind of. I did. The instructor had to take over at the very initial touchdown point because got a little bit wobbly there. But the rest of it was still me. Yeah, I can use the throttle control to change my descent, but of course, like I'm just how fast the wind is. It's I can't tell if I have a headwind or not right now. But I mean, I'm currently having it at like such a low throttle, like probably about 20% throttle right now, but it's reading at 60% just because of how strong the wind is. It's just blowing straight into the turbines that I can't really, even if I fully take off of the throttle, it's still going to be quite a significant. Where are you landing in the time on game? Currently we are landing at let's do this real quick. Flight log. No, that's not the flight log. Is that the flight log? No, there it is. There we go. We're going to Norman. That little dot up there. Norman Manley International is what we should be landing at. I don't know if we actually are. I thought that's what I clicked when I made it. But currently it is 13:43 UTC. Is our current landing. Yeah, it's definitely calmed down over here, so it's a lot more chill. Yeah, you can see all of that back there that we just flew through. It looks like we're gonna have a straight shot over into this landing here. See if we can try to control our landing in. Yeah, there we go. It was 13:43 UTC. It's telling me landing gear. Yes, I know landing gear. Come on. Let's try to get this. We got this. I'm literally flying sideways. This is such a hard crosswind right now. North-northwest. Okay, yeah, that explains it. Okay, let's see if we can get this right here. Randomly just straightened up here. Come on. Come on, Betsy, you got this. Come on. Get you down on the ground here. Of course, there's lightning on the runway. Ah. Nope. A little bit of bounce. Ah.
Altitude.
Nope, never mind, died. I landed. Yeah, I can't do those those crosswind landings anymore. I used to, but yeah, a little bit of bounce there. Actually, I forgot to turn the hydraulics down. That was the thing. I hit and it just, you know, it was the rebound settings. But hey, we made it. Let's just go ahead and yeah, the rudder is a bit touchy here. Also, Phil, I have set it up again to where I actually use the proper rudder pedals now, so I'm not going to be doing that again. Reminds me of when I landed in a storm in off the coast of NorCal. Jesus, man, that I can only imagine how that was. We're going to go ahead and taxi on over to our area. That definitely was quite a difficult landing. Just could not get it quite right. Also, I am pretty sure I just flared up way too hard. Landed DC-3 in the heavy crosswind. That wasn't fun. Yeah, I imagine so. It was just that it was so like weird because the fact that like it felt it was I was going sideways like that heavy crosswind, and then all of a sudden it straightened up, so I was going like this, and right when I was going to flare up, it just went like this again. So it was just very like worst case scenario. But yeah, this was a fun little stream. I like the little chill stream of just flying over and seeing how it was. I forget how much I love the like just having a flight simulator. It's just really nice and relaxing. There we go. We did it. Anywho, let's go ahead and start shutting this down. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for hopping in. That's why I played Elite Dangerous running cargo. Yeah, I mean that's why I play Star Citizen running cargo a lot too. It's a nice little chill thing to do in the meantime. But anyways, it was a nice little evening stream. I appreciate everyone for hopping in. I'm glad we could see Hurricane Mellisa in the game. Obviously, it's completely different than what it's like in real life, but it's still a cool experience to see, regardless. And I hope you guys have a great evening. Or for those of you that might be really early risers in other sections of the world, hope you guys have a great day. And I'll catch you guys next time.